Hello, I'm Crystal Vilkaitis. I'm a curious, wine-loving entrepreneur who loves to learn and have open and honest conversations. Join me and my amazing guests as we talk about all sorts of relatable business and life stuff. It's my goal that you'll have fun, learn something new, and get inspired. Wine is not required, but is recommended. This is Crystal Uncorked. Hey, today we are celebrating me. A couple days ago was my birthday. When this is being released, it'll be June 9th. My birthday was on June 6th. And so today we are doing a little birthday episode where I'm going to share, I narrowed it down, but I'm going to share 5 things that I'm hoping to achieve in the next year. Whenever I'm celebrating friends' birthdays, I always like to ask them, what do you want to have happen over the next year? Like, what's in store for you? And that could be a tough question to ask. And often when I ask it, people don't really know, really. You kind of need some time to think. So I've definitely had some time to think about this. And before we dive in, we're going to talk about our wine today. Now, I'm going to be honest, this isn't necessarily my favorite wine. I am drinking Americana. It is from Argentina. It is a Malbec 2020. It was actually a screw cap instead of a cork. So we're unscrewed today. But it made me want to Google because I was thinking that when things are a screw top, that normally you should drink them sooner. You don't want them to age in a screw top. But what I learned is actually when you have a cork, that cork can allow some oxygen to get into the bottle of wine for oxidation, and that can help age the wine. So if you have a younger wine, it seems best to have that be corked. So because with that way it gets some air, some oxidization. I'm probably saying that wrong. Whereas with the seal, just like screw top, the cap, that is basically, it's like what you're getting from the bottle and it's done and it keeps it. It almost seems better than a cork. So I read 3 different sources. That's what I learned. We're learning something new every day. But as you know, if you've listened to previous episodes, one of the things I always look for is percentage. I like red wines over 14%. This is a 14.4. And my first couple of sips, I was like, about it. I did recently brush my teeth, but let's try this again. Cheers. Okay. It's getting better. It's definitely just like a smooth, easy drinking, almost like a table wine, I want to say, just a very easy, smooth glass of wine. Since this is my birthday episode, I totally should have gotten something more fun and genuine to me. I didn't even think about it. Hello. If I would have got a Joel Gott. We haven't had Joel Gott on the show yet. So coming soon, we will have Joel Gott. All right. Before I dive into the things that I would love to bring into my world over the next year, just a couple of days ago, The Bachelorette started, and I am a big fan of The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Fun fact about me. And something that a few of my friends know is that I, for years, have wanted to be the host of The Bachelorette and Bachelor. I wanted Chris Harrison's job. All right. Now Chris Harrison isn't hosting this season of The Bachelorette. It's Tayshia and Caitlyn. And I'm filming this. I haven't actually got to see the episode yet because I'm filming ahead of time. I can't wait to watch it. And I'm sure these girls are going to be awesome, but I still really want the job. Here's the deal. I love love. And I think I have a gift in being able to know if people are going to work or not. I can really see chemistry, and I feel like I give some good relationship advice. So now obviously I wouldn't be able to sway, the bachelor, bachelorette into somebody that I feel like they've got better chemistry with and better connection. I would keep quiet. I would keep it to myself, but I would just love to be a part of that entire experience and just hold a safe space for everybody involved. And then I'd love to host the Women Tell All and Men Tell All and interview these people and get some juicy stuff out of them and tell them to be quiet. You've said enough. Move on to the next person. I would love to host the most dramatic season ever of The Bachelor, Bachelorette. I would love to do After the Rose, see if they're still together. I mean, I just think I would be an amazing host. So if anybody knows anybody and they're, maybe looking for a host, let me know. I think I would be great. Okay, moving on to my birthday. I am, as you're listening to this, officially 36. And there's a lot that I would love to achieve this year. But there are 5 focuses. And so my first one is I want to write more. So over this past year, I did start to write a little bit more. And this is like any and everything you could imagine. I'm creatively writing. I'm writing in my journal a lot more. I'm writing ideas for books, both fictional and nonfiction. Just random ideas and thoughts, and I'm loving it. I almost feel like it's sort of therapeutic to me. So, and then even just writing for this show. So, cause I often will write like a whole kind of, get all my thoughts down on a piece of paper and it kind of directs the show for me. So I would really like to dabble in writing some mystery books or, short stories. And maybe even horror. Like, this might sound weird, but I have this desire to haunt people. So hear me out. I am terrified of scary movies. I can't watch them. I just I already have really crazy, terrible dreams. So I don't want anything else to come on in and affect me. So, I hate them. I hate watching them. But I have these really crazy thoughts in my head of that would make for scary stories and crazy things that could happen. And I recently had an astrologer look at my natal chart, and through your chart, you can learn a lot about a person. And I asked, what other types of topics or things could I do with my life outside of just social media? I've done social media for 14-ish years now, I think. And I'm kind of like the social media person. And I'm like, well, who else am I? What else would I be great at? I would love to add something, not get rid of social and do something new, but just add something to, my skill set. And so the astrologer said, talking about money and finances, which is so interesting because I love money and I love talking about it and I love thinking of ways to make money and save money and invest money and all. I'm really into researching stocks and crypto and all sorts of stuff. So, I thought that was pretty neat. Who knows? Maybe I'll go down that road someday. And the other was, mystery or horror, movies or books or novels. She said I could be the next Agatha Christie. So I was like, ooh, I could so see that based on some of these ideas. And when I was in the 3rd grade, I actually started writing a scary story called What Happened in the Basement. And it was about this is going to sound a little crazy because this is a 3rd grader, okay? When I wrote this story on my typewriter, I had a typewriter. It was about a girl whose parents were killed in a car accident. So she had to go live with her aunt, and her aunt was very cold and not home too often and made it very clear that this girl could not go in the basement. And one day she got home from school early, went into the basement, her aunt wasn't there, and found her parents' bodies in the wall. So obviously they didn't get in a car accident. Okay, crazy, right? I might regret sharing this information publicly on my show, but we are unscrewed today with the wine. So cheers. I shared it. There it is. Pretty messed up, right? And that's only one random thing. So I think I could actually really scare people and haunt them to where like they go to bed and they wake up thinking about a show they watched or a movie or book they read and they like, oh, it just haunts them. People like that. I don't, but other people like that. So I feel like I could maybe do that. So I want to try writing some stories. I also have an interest in writing more of a nonfiction book, whether it's about business or social media. I'm not really sure yet, but it would be really fucking cool if I published a book in the next year while I was 36 years old. So that is something that is a big one and top of the list too. It sounds super fun and creative and I'm excited to try something new. Now, number 2 for me is growing Crystal Uncorked. This show has been a roller coaster for me. I truly cannot explain it. So many things have come up during doing this show. So I have to be so honest. Like, I love producing this show. I get such a high when I'm filming and when I'm interviewing my guests, and it means so much to me when people respond that they watched. However they respond on Instagram, they text me, they email, they write a review, like however you all are responding, I fucking love it. Like, I tear up every single time. It really means the world to me that you spend time, because I know time is so precious. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't take that lightly. I want to constantly create content for you that you like. And sometimes that feels really stressful. Like, I don't want you to listen to an episode and be like, oh, that was a waste of my time. Because I've totally listened to those episodes. I listened to one just this morning on my walk. I was like, I didn't learn anything from this. This is just was like not even interesting. It wasn't even like funny or interesting or anything. So I really put a lot of pressure on wanting to create good content for you that is valuable in some way. And sometimes I start getting really wrapped up in creating the content to where it becomes really stressful. And I always wanted this show to be fun. I wanted to learn something and inspire people. And so once it starts not feeling fun, I'm like, okay, hold on. Something's not working out for me. Like, I need to adjust something. Is it my mindset? Is it like, this just isn't a good time right now to create the content and the topics? Am I thinking about this in the wrong way? You know, just be yourself and have fun and deliver. And thankfully I've been able to create content without skipping a week. But there has been times where I'm like, well, maybe I just will skip a week, or should I even do this show anymore? Maybe I should just stop. I mean, I have so many thoughts about it. Or I'll think about what people would maybe want to hear. A lot of kind of the self-development or like coaching or, you know, tough love or life advice, stuff like that. And I just don't know if I'm the most credible person for some of those topics. Like, I'm still figuring out a lot on my own. How can I get up here and try to teach you something and how to live your life? Like, I'm trying to figure it out too. So that's where having my guests come in is great, right? And honestly, I could potentially see this show being only guests. I would really love to know if you like the solo episodes of me and if you're finding them helpful, because that's the biggest thing, is I just want them to be valuable to you. It feels sort of weird to me to talk about myself, and I do it in the sense that I'm hoping I can connect with you, if you're struggling, if you need advice, if you need to laugh, if you need an outlet, if you need community, whatever that may be. I hope to provide that. But if I'm not able to do that on my own with this type of content, I would just love to know, because I can try harder or I can really focus on my interviews. I do love interviewing people, and I can't wait to I'm still terrified to ask people to be on the show, but thankfully everyone said yes and they've been really great. So I just want to let this show grow. It's really interesting that I just said, let this show grow. Like, am I getting in my own way? Right? Like, maybe I need to let go a little bit and just flow and let it be, let it grow. Let it grow, let it grow. I've never actually seen that movie. I know that it's Let It Go. I'm just, I've never seen the movie though. I feel like I should. Okay, so I would really like it to grow. For some reason, I'm just really pulled to do the show. I don't make any money at this point, and it costs me to do this show with my podcast team, who is amazing, who helps me edit it and publish it and get it on all the platforms. I just don't know where it's going to go. We might have seasons. I might conclude season 1 and then gear up and do a new season 2. But, it's with your help, the listener, where I can really create this to be something that is meaningful to you. So please share your feedback. I would love it. Okay. So growing Crystal Uncorked is my second thing I really want to focus on. And I just really want to make sure I'm following that North Star of having fun and learning and inspiring. So the third thing is I want to grow Crystal Media as well. I'm working on a secret project right now. And if we decide to build this out, it will be a new product offering. And I think it could be really helpful to help small businesses post on their social media. I think that's the hardest part, is the content and coming up with what to post. And I have an idea to make it really easy and cool and fun. So it's going to take some effort though. And I haven't even told my team, so I can't even tell you. But if my team agrees, and if we move forward with this, I really hope that it can help a lot of retailers a lot of them to post, because that is the hardest part of this. They have to show up, they have to commit. And so that's, stay tuned if we let that new product out, but that is one idea I have. And just my team has produced such amazing results for our ad clients, our get listed clients, have really supported our insider members. And I just want to do that for more retailers, have more people in our community, and they really feel like family. So I just feel honored for all the people that we work with, and I would love to grow that out as well. Plus, I would love some more speaking gigs. That's what I love doing at Crystal Media. So that's my third kind of what I want to achieve over this next year in my 36th year of life. And then my fourth thing is I would like to get engaged. If you listen to episode 3, you've heard Dustin and I speak about that. He's kind of on his journey of getting his shit together and being where he wants to be in order to ask for my hand in marriage. And like I said on the episode, like, are you ever going to get there? Like, do we ever achieve the level of where we want to be? And, a lot of my friends agreed with me, and I got a lot of feedback on that episode, but look, he's on his path and he's on his journey, and I'm on mine. And we love each other and we have good communication, and I know he's working hard, and I know what he's going through behind the scenes of everything. So I can be patient. That's what it really comes down to. He's worth waiting for. So, but I would like to just fucking stop being a girlfriend and finally be engaged. So that's my fourth one. And then my fifth and final is we're moving. So we are leaving California, and we bought a home in Colorado last year, and the developer's renting it out. It's the model home. So the developer's renting it, which is the most perfect renters. They're not actually living in it, and they have a checklist to make sure it looks fabulous every week. So they've been just a dream to work with. It's been a really great situation for us. And so what we're thinking about though is possibly selling our house in California and moving to New York City for 6 to 8 months before Colorado. So, if you know me well, you know that is my dream to live in New York City. I think that's where I will end up and forever live. That's my hopes. Dustin's on board. My hopes is that I have a studio in New York City and I'm filming my talk show there, or some sort of show, or maybe I can do a love show where I'm the host of it if the Bachelor and Bachelorette won't take me. As long as we film in New York. I mean, we can film wherever we want, but that's kind of like, that's just been my dream. And so I had a thought where maybe we could just go spend 6 months renting a furnished place and learn a little bit more about the neighborhoods to see kind of where we want to end up. I got the opportunity to work in Manhattan at Brooklyn Park for a couple of months, like 11 or 12 years ago. and I fell in love with the city so much. So I know a little bit about it. I visited many times, but I would love to just go live and kind of figure out where we would eventually like to buy an apartment. So we'll see what happens there, but it's such a crazy real estate market. I don't know if it's like this where you live, but here in California, there is very low inventory and houses are selling in a weekend for like 80,000 over ask, if not more. It's really insane what's happening. I know this is happening in certain parts of the country too, not just California, but we're kind of like, if we know we're going to leave, is this a good time to cash out? We'll definitely make some money. But it's hard because I don't know. We might want to come back. We have a lot of friends here. I love the weather here. It just does not get better. California has some of the best weather ever. So I have a lot of fear in regretting selling our place because I feel like it will be hard to get back into the California real estate market in the future. But like, who knows, right? I think that isn't always the best way to live. I mean, it's not the best way to live, is making decisions out of fear. But I'm also just trying to be smart in my decision making, right? And so it's really hard because I'm very torn, 50-50 on that one. But I will say, like, I feel very strongly I would like to live in New York for 6 months or 8 months before Colorado. So if that happens, stay tuned, follow along. You will find out. It would be really, really amazing to take you on that journey and go to New York sooner than later. So, those were my 5 things to narrow down. I definitely have things I want to achieve in this next year that are more sustainable things too, of just making sure I'm always hydrated. I do a pretty good job with that, but just drinking enough water every day, taking care of my body. I would like to be a little bit stronger and more flexible and just not in pain. I sometimes have back pain and hip pain, and I would like to get rid of that. So I will say I have been going to acupuncture. That has been amazing on my body. I'm loving acupuncture so much. I highly recommend it. So that's been helpful. But there's some of those things that I would like to do, and books. Like, I just really want to read a book a week. It's been my dream for a while. I love to read. I just never make time for it. And so it'd be really cool to just say, like, I read 52 books when I was 36, and then just keep doing it. Those are some of these patterns that I want to keep doing always. So, thank you for listening to my 5 birthday, I don't know what they are, goals, my birthday plans, or just kind of my, 5 things, my 5 focuses for this upcoming year. If I forgot what I was going to say, but I will just say that, cheers. I will say cheers to not just me, to you. It really is. So it means so much to me that you're a part of Crystal Uncorked. This will be our 15th episode, and I hope to do many, many more. And I hope that this turns into something larger, that we can really just make an impact on people. And I'm so thankful for you being a part of it in this early stages and still listening. I'm so new at interviewing people and so new at writing a show and producing the show and promoting the show, which I don't feel like I'm doing a great job of, but I'm trying to do the best that I can. So cheers to you, and thank you for being here. Cheers. And I also just want to put this out into the universe. We all probably feel this way. This has nothing to do with me, but I just really hope that in this next year, there can be less division. There is such a divide, at least in the United States of America, and it is so heartbreaking to me because I think that we are very similar. We are very much alike. Like, our core principles, if we really live and lead through our heart, a lot of us are very similar and want the same thing. And I just hope that we start taking baby steps forward to something a little bit more positive and productive versus backwards, because obviously this past year was hard on many fronts. And there's so much division in this country. And I would just really love for us to be a little bit more united. And so, I'm getting a little woo-woo here, a little peace. I want world peace, here, but it's true. I do. And so I just want to encourage my listeners to live and lead with love and kindness. And when you can do that, it really does change your perspective. It changes your attitude, your energy when you're around people, and it can really help others do the same because we really are mirrors of each other. And so I will part ways with that. That is my birthday wish, that we just come together, love more, and are just safe and happy and healthy. All right. Thank you so much. Now, speaking of positivity and just love, my guest on next week's episode is Rusty Edmonds. Rusty Sutton of the Green Monkey in Raleigh, North Carolina. And he is just so much positive energy and love. He's such a joy. I laughed so much on this episode. I know you will too. He's very funny, and he just shares a lot of great tips about being a business owner and creating community. And that is exactly what I'm saying with my birthday wish, is I just want more community where we support each other and raise each other up versus beat each other down. And so he's just such a perfect guest to have on the show. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next See You. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Are you on Instagram? I'd love to see pictures of you listening to the show, a screenshot of your favorite episode, and/or your favorite wines. Share them with me. Just follow and tag @Crystal Uncorked. I can't wait to see you there. All right, I'll see you on the next See You.